Sounds like the dinner bell. Everyone, come to the table.
Ah. This is our
We are
thing now,
here.
Dr. Fridley.
Yeah,
Not
we're
yours.
stealing
It's
it.
our thing.
We get the baby bells. The baby bells are our thing now.
Do you know baby bells are cheese? Do you
Yeah,
have okay, you have
we do.
those there. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
we have baby
We
bells. Come
are baby
on.
bells. Come on.
We are
Jeez.
the baby
We are
bells.
that. Damn. Okay, okay.
Have you watched this made me think of, have you watched oh, what's the show? It's on HBO Max and it's
No.
The Righteous Gemstones. You don't have time to watch TV, of course you haven't.
No.
But it's really funny. It's about like a mega church pastor and his family, and it's just funny. But one of the characters on it, his name is Uncle Baby Billy, and
Ooh.
the baby bells made me think of Uncle Baby Billy.
Oh my gosh, Uncle Baby Billy. Just the way
Uncle
you
Baby Billy.
the way you say it,
That's how they say it because they have like Southern accents. So they're like
yeah.
Uncle Baby Billy.
Waco, Texas, right there.
That's
Nice.
right.
That's nice. How you doing?
Yeah. Good. How are you doing?
I am so good. I'm excited. I'm excited about tonight's show. I'm excited about RBT. I'm just excited and
I
tired, but
know.
excited.
Yeah. Look, I told you I
Oh,
was wearing this and not to copy me. This is so awkward.
I was like, oh my God, you're wearing it too? Holy sheesh.
Whoa. These are actually really comfortable shirts, though.
They
I
are.
really like these
They are
from
very,
the
very
Stevie
nice.
Awards.
The only
Yeah.
thing is I need a medium.
Mhm.
Mine is too big.
No, that just shows your weight loss story, right? Like that just you're
But
like,
I
look
want
at
to
me.
wear it. I want to wear it tight, you know. I want
Yeah,
to
just
paint it on.
make it into a crop top.
Yeah, that's that, and I wear it off the shoulder.
Yeah. We have your outfit planned for JBY
There
27.
you go. There you
Mhm.
go. Everyone does. Everyone does.
Yes. Well, welcome everybody. Murph, this is like his final moving day today. I feel like we always have to give like a little update on where he's at. So he sent
Yes.
us a video today of him moving with like 2 or 3 cat carriers. Did you say 3 cats? I think it might have been 3. 3 and
Yeah.
1 kid. 3 cat carriers in his 20-foot U-Haul. And so this was kind of like their last stretch. So we'll see how he's doing next week, and hopefully he'll want to come on with us. But for now, this is our happy half hour where we celebrate everybody's non-scale victories. We have Aaron. Hello, friend. We have some other friends on. Feel free to put in your non-scale victories. We have our baby bells ready to go as we get them. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you see that?
Yeah, you gave some force with yours. I respect it.
Yep.
But before we get into non-scale victories, I was gonna bring something up to Rob, but then I was like, no, I'm gonna wait till we go live so I can put you on the spot, like you put me on the spot. So
I don't think I ever put you on the spot. Does that happen?
You'll like hint at things, and then I like with the RBT show, and like, oh, are you gonna do it? And then I feel peer pressure. So that's what I'm hoping to do with this is like put peer pressure on you.
All right.
So I don't know if you heard, but the Southern Oregon meetup got announced this week.
I did hear.
And it's going to be in July. And
great.
I'm coming to Canada in June, just saying. And so I don't know if there's going to be some pretty cool people that have already signed up to come to Southern Oregon. So I don't know.
Pretty cool people. Like who?
Yeah, I'm like we have.
Cool?
So we have Steph, the bariatric warrior advocate winner of the JBYs. Her and Greg will be there. She was so funny. She's like, I think I'm going to try to keep it a secret. I'm like, there's no way you're going to keep it a secret. Yeah. She like said it right away. I was like, yes, I feel like it's okay. So she's coming. She's so excited. She's been my hype girl. She's been like my recruiter of she's gotten a lot of people to say yes. Nice. So she's going to be there. Cheryl, who is at the JBYs, is going to be there. Sheena, is it Sheena or Shayna? Sheena, right?
Sheena.
Yep. Who is at JBY? She's going to be there. Cool. Mel from our Sleeve Life podcast. And she's all right. Yeah, no, she's going to be there.
That's cool.
Bex
I was going to ask about Bex. I don't know. Maybe it's because I didn't see Bex at JBYs, but I'm excited to see Bex.
So does that mean that you're considering coming out?
No, just in general.
Just in general.
I'm excited. Mary actually asked me. She was just like, I see that there's a a thing there. I'm like, yeah, it sounds really cool too because that's all my stuff. Like I'm
I know.
very all about
I
outdoors, everything, and so.
Yep, and it's such a beautiful time of year. It's so
Mm,
beautiful. I was like, I want to do all of like my favorite things in a
yeah,
weekend, and that's what we're doing. So you and Mary should come out, make it like a little
we
couples
should.
retreat.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm I don't want to say this other person because he hasn't confirmed yet, but we might be
Oh,
getting another couple who comes out who lives not too far, who lives in Oregon, but I don't want to call him out because he hasn't confirmed quite yet. Um,
ooh.
Dylan, of course, will be there.
Oregon
So
Jesus.
he will be ready to receive his children with open arms, he said. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't say that, but I'm sure he'll agree with it.
Love
But
it,
yeah,
love it.
so you guys should
Nice,
try to
sounds
come
very
out.
exciting.
It's gonna be a
I
lot of
honestly,
fun.
I would love to. We gotta see because I know we're going on vacation in August, but yeah, Mary asked, she's like, "Are you going?" Or I'm just like, I
Just send Mary out, actually. You stay home with the kids. Send her out
totally,
for a weekend.
totally. I'm just like, you should go because
Mhm.
no one wants to see me. Just they want to see you. I said that
100%.
when you come, I'm just like, you guys are gonna bake, you guys are gonna read books and talk about books.
Mhm.
I'm like, I'm gonna make
Yes.
fun of you guys. It'll be awesome.
Yes. It's gonna be great. I'm so excited.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, that was my, form of putting pressure on you to
Yeah,
come
it
out.
worked. I'm sweating right now.
Okay, good. You look
Yeah,
really
no,
nervous.
I'm very nervous. I feel the pressure.
I'm so excited. It's gonna be I was just surprised at, like hopefully I'm not missing anybody. There might be more people that are coming that I am forgetting. I have a list. Fiona, she
Oh,
isn't
cool.
confirmed yet, but she's thinking she will. She'll be able to
Nice.
drive. So that's another option too. If you wanted to fly into Portland, that's a bit cheaper of a flight
Yeah.
and sometimes more direct. And then you can always drive down with
Mm.
her. She's saying she's taking carpool peeps. So
Carpool peeps, because
mhm.
she's in where?
In Portland. So Portland's about like 4.5 hour drive north from where I live. So she's
Nice.
gonna be she'd be driving down.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, I will
Yeah.
think about it. I'll let the boss decide, and I would go to everything. Heck, I
I
wanna go to
know.
everything. Sheesh.
You could bring the kids too. Like, I know you would
No,
say no.
no,
I know you would
no,
say that, but
no,
I
I
feel
don't
like
I wanna
that
have
would be fun.
fun. Screw those guys. Screw those guys. I'm selfish.
I'm honestly, like, more excited to hang out with your kids.
I'm more excited for you to hang out with my kids than me
You're
too.
like, it'll give you a break.
You are closer to my kids' ages than you are to my age.
That's not true, is
No,
it? No. But
no, it's
kinda. I
not.
mean, like,
No,
it's,
what do you
like,
mean kinda? Get out of
borderline.
here.
It's kinda
What? It's not even
borderline.
close to borderline.
Yeah, 'cause no,
No,
how old is Lily? How old is she?
10.
Yeah, and so you're 12 years older than me.
Yeah,
Or
so
13?
I don't know, how old are you?
I'm
14,
30.
15? Oh, shit. Yeah, yeah, I'm 12 years older than you.
Wait, are you no, you're 43?
2. 2.
2, okay, 42.
Murph's
Yeah, that's right.
43.
I always forget which of you is older. I get you guys
Murph.
mixed up. Always Murph.
Always Murph.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, so kind of almost in a way there. I'm closer to there. No, not really. Not by a few years, but
No, that's alright.
yeah.
Uh, Speaking of get-togethers and meetups, for anyone else who has been thinking about it, I know Aaron's here. I know Aaron will be there, but in June 6th weekend is the Radical Body Transformation Show. It will be in Toronto, and we are having some meetups. So yeah, we have a whole bunch of people coming from the States as well as in Canada to cheer on our bariatric community. The show is on the Friday, so everyone's going to go and cheer on everyone. So we got Shay, we got Mel, we got, I can't say if this person is for sure, but maybe. But we got Mary, we got
Anna Banana.
Anna Banana, the Tornado.
Yep,
So
that's right.
yeah, we got a ton of people. It's going to be amazing. And then we have some plans for
Arthur, how
Saturday.
could we forget
Oh,
Attic
Arthur.
Arthur?
Yeah, he's sleeping in my attic.
Mhm.
Yeah, Saturday we're going to tour and explore Toronto all day, and then Sunday we are going to Niagara, and we're going to really tourist it up, which is great because I haven't done Toronto like a tourist in a long time. I haven't done Niagara like a tourist in a long time. So I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. It's going to be
I'm
really,
so
really fun.
excited.
I
I
am
met
too.
somebody from Toronto this weekend. We went camping,
Oh,
just somewhere close, like local.
Yep.
And I saw that his license plate said Ontario, and he was
Yep.
like the nicest guy, of
Of
course,
course.
Canadian.
Canadian.
And we were talking with him for a bit, and I told him I was going to be up that way, and he was like, "Oh yeah," so that was fun. So I met one of your neighbors.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Janeé's here. Hello, hello.
Hello.
The lady of the hour who will be joining us
Yes.
in 20 minutes. We're going to learn
Mhm.
all about her story. I think her story, her journey is absolutely amazing. I can't
I'm
wait for her to
so
share it. I'm super excited about it.
Me too. Well, it's so funny because it's like I saw Janeé, and I said this in my stories today. I saw her, but like it's just there's so many people
Yep.
that it's hard to, at Just Be You Awards, it's like it's hard to have quality individual time with everyone. So I'm excited that I'll get to like hear her story more and just have more like one-on-one time. Or I mean, you'll be there too, but
Yeah,
you know.
screw that guy though. Honestly, like, so Janeé, the first time I met Janeé, oh, we'll save this for later, but like, awesome, awesome person, super, super nice, and an absolute fitness rock star. And you know me, that's my
Mhm.
weak spot. And so she
Oh
absolutely
yeah.
kills it the day after all the drink. Now, I don't know what level of drinking you went, Janeé. I know what level of drinking I went. I fell asleep on the toilet, but yeah, at the hotel.
We
But
were we were worried for a
you're
minute there.
texting me and I would like wake up to reply, and then I just like, all right, cool down, cool it
Good
down.
night.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you went for a run the next day, which is amazing because we went to the gym. I was like, okay, cool. I love seeing that. Like, I'm super excited about that. Tony Doyle, what's up, buddy? How are you? So yeah, absolute rock star. Can't wait to hear her story. It's going to be super, super amazing. So yeah,
Yes, that's awesome. Well, guys, feel free to put in non-scale victories because we do want to sell. I really want to ring my bell.
yeah.
Janae,
Well,
the
how about you?
drinking was hard.
Do you have any non-scale victories from this week? You've had some really cool stories with on it,
Mhm,
and I mentioned this in our RBT group. Like,
mhm.
seeing you post a video of you working out was very emotional for me. I was just like,
Really?
yeah, like
Aw,
I pretended to cry a little bit because I was like,
that's
oh,
so
like,
nice.
yeah, but it was awesome to see because, and I remember after when you hit your first year, I told you this. I was like, I'm very excited to see how this next year is for you
Mhm,
because that's the year that everything changes. You are
mhm,
this new life again. You have
mhm,
all these opportunities, you have all these new challenges, and you're relearning everything about yourself and how
mhm.
does that look. And here you are doing a competition in 5 weeks, and here you are at the gym doing all this stuff. I'm like, good for you. I'm super proud of you. So
Thank
that's
you.
awesome.
Yeah, it feels really good, and it's kind of like surreal, sort of. Like I've been like reflecting a lot and thinking about things, and it's like I can look at pictures of myself and like obviously or for me, I can see the differences of like, how I've toned up and certain parts that I've been working on. But it's weird because it's like it's a weird mismatch in my brain where it's like I thought in order to get to where I am, I'd have to do things very differently than I
Yeah.
have been. I just always had it built up in my head that I'd have to kill myself, that I would be working out all the time and hating my workouts, that I would
Hmm.
not be eating much. And so it's a very weird, even though like logically it all makes sense. And I've learned enough about like nutrition and exercise and how to fuel your body. And that's what I've been doing. It's very weird because it goes against everything like I
Yeah.
thought in my head for up
Yep.
until more recently. And so like even it was kind of hard because the week of JBY, I didn't do any strength training. I always like walk and do stuff like that. But when I got home, I got really sick. And so I was talking with my coach and I'm like, I'm not like, it doesn't make sense to do training right now when I'm sick, and I know that. And
Yep.
she's like, yep, just like rest and, get better. And it was so fascinating looking at pictures, like, cause I take
Mhm.
progress pictures every week. And the week before to the week now, even though I didn't do any strength training, I just let my body rest and heal. It's like
Yeah.
my bloat was down
Everything.
significantly, like, and it's just like it's amazing how much stress impacts your body. And so I think that's been a
100%.
really cool thing. Like, again, logically I've known that, but to experience it and see it has been different. So it's like, yeah, it's like it doesn't feel like when I'm in my body, I feel embodied and I know that this is how I feel and stuff, but like it hasn't caught up because I don't feel
Yeah.
like I'm working as hard as I should be almost because it's been enjoyable. And so
Yep.
that's been cool.
Honestly, like I love hearing that because I've had a lot of people contact me and we've had a lot of I've had phone conversations with people who
Mm-hmm.
want to work with me for future shows later on. Now that I'm starting my thing here, and a lot of them are currently training for something. Some are in RBT right now and they're working with other
Mm-hmm.
coaches. And after talking with them about what my approach is similar to yours, right? I want
Mm-hmm.
people to enjoy the
Not
process.
for yourself, but for other
No, for
people.
me, I'm different. I'm holy. But that's the thing, right? Like I love my prep. I'm eating.
Mm-hmm.
Don't hate the food I'm eating. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not forcing anyone to be like, "Oh, I want you to eat chicken, rice, and broccoli." You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
And especially
Mm-hmm.
as bariatric patients, there are so many different ways. So can prep be hard? Sure,
Mm-hmm.
but that's only if you are forcing yourself to make it hard, right? Like there's a lot of
Yeah.
ways to make it easier, and that's the big thing I want people to know is it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have to be, right? Like your approach can be it could be varied, it could be very lenient
Mm-hmm.
as long as you're sticking within the parameters that you create for yourself and you're still
Mm-hmm.
understanding. And I think most importantly is what do you want from this show?
Right.
Like
Right.
I will be a lot more strict than most people about myself
Mm-hmm.
because I know very specifically what I want for myself. I
Mm-hmm.
want to be
Mm-hmm.
at like 6% body fat.
Mm-hmm.
Most people will not say that, and I won't treat people as such, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I love the fact that people are able to see those different things and we can approach things in that sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I love
Mm-hmm.
hearing what you're saying in regards to that.
Yeah, and kind of thinking through it and talking out loud a little bit, I think like the transition into my bariatric lifestyle was like 100 times harder than what this
Yes.
transition has been from bariatric lifestyle to bodybuilding or
Yep.
performing, competing, however you want to call it. Because I'm not, it's like I've tweaked certain things, but all of the basic principles remain the same. And so
Yeah.
I am excited, especially I don't think you've announced it. Have you announced it officially on here? You did on
Not on this, only
OSLP.
on Mel's. But yeah, go ahead, announce it. Let's hear it.
No, I'll have you announce it, but I was just going to say I'm excited to see more of the bariatric community. I get where your passion comes from it
Yeah.
now because it's like I feel like so many of us have already jumped such a huge hurdle that like
Yeah.
going a little step or it's a big step, but taking the next step in competing probably isn't as hard as what you're thinking.
Mhm.
And that's how it's been for me.
Yep.
Like it's
Yep.
like, oh, I just needed to, know what to do. And that's
Mhm.
why there's amazing coaches to help with that.
Yep.
But once you kind of know what to do and you have somebody helping you, it's for me, it's been a lot easier prepping for this than it was
Yep.
prepping for bariatric surgery and lifestyle
100%.
after that.
Yep.
So
And again, I think it comes with your awareness. I think it comes
mhm.
with a coach who's also aware because there are coaches still who don't have experience with
Yeah.
bariatric patients and their approach is exactly the same. And it can't be, right? It
Mhm.
can't be. Like
Mhm.
I can't eat 3 square meals a day with each one having like 100 carbs and 100 grams of protein. Like I can't do that, right?
No.
And
Mm-mm.
so there are a lot of things. And I think the biggest thing, honestly, so yes, there's a physical limitations that we have in terms of eating, but I think the biggest part is they don't necessarily understand the trauma that we have as being
Mhm.
former 300, 400-pound
Yep.
people.
And
Less
not
than
wanting
that,
to backslide or,
right? And
mhm.
so I think there is a big aspect that people don't really look at when they work with specific coaches because in their world, it's not the same. It's
Mhm.
not something that they need to worry about. It's not something that they need to focus on. And that is all part of what I want to offer. And so for anyone who does not know, first, hello Dom, how are you? I miss you.
I
Um,
know,
I know.
Dom.
So we did announce it on OSLP. But yeah, if anyone doesn't know, I know I put a posts for a stay tuned thing, but I have finalized my certification as a personal trainer and a nutrition coach, and moving forward, and I'm going to start this right after RBT. I'm already talking with a lot of people. There are people who've signed up already, but I will be starting to coach members of our bariatric community who want to go through a transformation competition or a bodybuilding competition. And it's something I'm super passionate about. It's something that I have experience with. And I've been working with a lot of members of our community, and they're
Mm-hmm.
having amazing results. And so I've currently had quite a few people contact me in regards to it. So I know that there's a lot of interest. There's a lot of people who want to do it. But as you were mentioning, there's a lot of confusion. They don't
Mm-hmm.
know where to go. They don't know what's involved. And I don't, let's just be honest, I just don't trust other coaches. I trust
Mm-hmm.
me. I
Mm-hmm.
trust my experience. I trust my approach. I just don't trust a lot of other coaches who don't understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and most importantly, I'm super passionate. Like once we started working with all of the people in our group, as much as I like seeing changes in myself physically, I love hearing about all the wins in our group.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Mm-hmm.
have like an RBT waiting
Hey,
table
this
group.
is your non-scale victor. I'm going to do.
Okay.
You're opening a coaching business.
Yes, I am opening up a coaching, and it's called Transform Bariatric Bodybuilding. And so it will be open for business essentially starting right after RBT, which is June 6th. But I will be talking with people and taking on clients because I'm going to have a limited amount of people that I'm going to be working with. But it is something I'm super, super excited about. So yeah.
Are you open? Because you do have a limited scope and time, like are you open to working with people who aren't wanting to compete but are wanting to just like be more active, or are you trying to focus just on competition?
I think the focus will be mainly on competition. However, if people want or are interested, but they want to really look at what that would look like and want to do like a 3-month type thing, want to get their fitness in check or get, sort of started with it and then maybe commit something afterwards, 100% I'll work with people. Like, again, my thing is I want
You're
people to
such
be
a good
just.
peer pressure. You'll convince them to
Yeah.
do it anyway.
Oh,
So
100%. 100%.
Dylan said he likes the name, that it's a good name.
Thank you, Dylan. The logo, I'm just waiting for it to be finalized, but I like the logo too. And
Cool.
yeah, so it'll be fun. My main thing is I just want to um I want to help people get from surgery to stage, and most importantly, I want people, like, bodybuilding and competing has been the most formative experience that I've had since bariatric surgery. It really has.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, my excitement is for potential clients to also experience that, to be empowered, to be educated. I would
Mm-hmm.
rather, like, my goal is at the end of our time together, you never have to use me again for another show.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because you've learned how to do everything and you've
Yep.
learned how to be successful with life afterwards, whether it's a
Mm-hmm.
competition or not. If it's not, you know that if you slide, if you regain, because we all do, you know exactly what to do and you're
Mm-hmm.
confident in your ability to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I don't think, like, a lot of coaches like, okay, this is our end date. Bye. No,
Mm-hmm.
that's not the way I want to approach it. That's never the way I'm going to ever approach anything like that,
Mm-hmm.
because it's
Mm-hmm.
it's about the long term for me. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
That's super exciting. That'll be fun.
Hmm. Yeah. Thank you very much, Erin. Your support means a lot. I appreciate it all, everyone. Tony,
Mm-hmm.
yes, reach out to me, man. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm super excited. I've been texting with Anna this week and she was like, "I'm just excited to like hang out with everyone." I'm like, "Me
Me
too."
too.
Like I forget, it's kind of like JBY's like, "Oh, I forget there's an award show." Like I forget like we're going to
Yeah.
be competing. I'm just so excited just to hang out with everybody. It's going to be fun.
I will say, before this week, there was probably a 2-week period where my focus ended up being just on, like, did I stay steady with all the stuff I had to do? Yeah. But I was focused so much on the experience that we were going to have in Toronto and Niagara and all together, because I was so excited about that. Like, I really
Mhm.
can't wait for that part, because again, think JBY's, like, it's a get together with all your friends. We're going to have, like, when we go to breakfast, I am reserving a whole restaurant to do breakfast for us, because there's gonna be like 20 something of us, 30 of us, and we are going to take over all these different things. It'll just be amazing to see everyone hang out again. So I'm excited
Mhm.
about that. But then yesterday, I did a posing session with a coach, and I put on the trunks, and I was like, okay, nope, it's real. I see the thighs, I see
Mhm.
the junk, I see it all. I'm like, nope, locked in. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. So I'm excited about everything. That weekend's gonna be awesome.
That's so great. Look, we have an NSV. Let's see. We've it's been a quiet NSV session today, but that's
Yeah.
okay. But Autumn said, um, let's see, she's been doing pickleball, and she said that
Yes.
people who are doing pickleball with her are saying she's getting better. And she says she doesn't know for sure, but hey, I bet you are.
Love
I
it.
bet you
Love
are.
it.
That's so
And
awesome.
Autumn, if we ever meet up, we should play pickleball because I am amazing. If
Mhm.
you don't believe me, ask D.
I know
I
D
play.
I love hearing him tell that story.
Yeah, D was like, "Oh, I thought I was really good," and then I'm playing with this guy, and I'm like huffing and puffing, and he's just like, "Are you holding back?" I'm like, "No, D, I'm not." He's just like, "You're not even trying." I'm like, "A little. I'm trying a little." He's like, "What percent?" I'm like 30. I'm trying like 30%, D. He's like, "What the
Dang,
hell?"
dang.
Awesome. Pickleball, love it.
Um,
And Aaron has one too.
yeah, you read errands. I was just gonna say hi to
Yeah.
Cheryl too. Cheryl's gonna be at the Southern Oregon
Hi.
Bariatric Meetup.
Aaron, yesterday at work, I was having to clear out our freezer space of extremely heavy bread dough boxes, moving them around while crouching without my knees wanting to buckle and crush. Honestly, like these are such good ones because they're things that we don't even think about. Like these are
Mhm,
the everyday, what people would call mundane things that it means a lot to us because we are the only ones who recognize that this was very difficult for us,
mhm,
right? I can't imagine being a father of a newborn again now versus when I was obese because it was friggin' hard. And it'll be hard now,
yeah,
but physically it was hard. Like the pain to constantly bend over and pick up my
mhm.
kid in the crib and everything. I was always tired.
What was your weight with your newborns, like, when you had them? Like, roughly, what weight were you with each one?
With Lily, I was less. So Lily, I would
Mhm.
probably say I was probably low threes.
Oh, but
Marcus,
still, that's tough.
it's still big. Marcus was
Yeah.
close to 4, like, Marcus was
Uh-huh.
was big, right? Like,
Mhm.
that's when like, Lily, I was a pro at it, but Marcus I was amazing at hiding my gut with my kid,
Mhm,
right? Like,
mhm,
Marcus he was my prop all the time, so,
mhm. Yeah,
yeah. But
dang.
I just imagine now and, I'm 8 years older or 10 years for Lily, and the amount of energy I have doing would have now being a parent, I would love to see that,
Yeah, yeah.
so.
Look, Anna
Ooh.
Banana has one. Hit a personal record today for my clean
Of
jerk
course
and
you did.
twerk. Woo-woo!
Clean jerk and twerk. That's a combo.
That's
That's a
awesome.
OnlyFans CrossFit gym right there.
Yeah, yeah. I know I hit a couple personal records this week, even though I was like, okay, getting back. I didn't want to go too hard and burn myself out too quick, but I still hit some. It was fun.
That's it. Honestly, it's about that progress, right? Like you
Mm-hmm.
keep going, you progress a little bit every single time. Every week you challenge yourself a bit
Mm-hmm.
more. And that's where growth is, both physically, obviously, but like emotionally, how good you feel about getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Like Arthur, friggin' guy, every single day messages me
Did
shit.
you
And I'm just
see
like,
his slide, like I
yeah,
don't know what do you call that, but like 700 pounds he was like pulling. I'm like,
yeah.
dude, that's gonna be us that you can pull all of us at the show.
We should
Like
all
you're
just sit
prepping
on
for
his
that.
shoulders. I feel
Yes,
like that's
I
a thing
want a
we should do.
picture with that. I already said yes.
Yeah.
Well, I just want a picture where you and Arthur are holding me, and then one where I'm holding both of you. And I don't know
Yeah.
exactly how we'll make it work, but I'm gonna find a way.
We'll make it work. We'll make it work.
Mhm. Mhm.
But I'll be in
Cool.
my posing trunks though, so it's uncomfortable and
Obviously,
awkward. It's already
won't be
getting
for
awkward.
me.
Okay, well, that's good.
I'm used to it.
I know.
Well, should we do sexy time music? We'll take
Of
a little
course.
bathroom break, and then we're gonna come back and get Janeé on. I'm super excited.
All right. Thank you for coming for sexy time music in 3, 2, 1. That's good. Ooh.
In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong or right. No, it's not hard to fool me. stop me. Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all.
I told you to do it, Rob. What's up, guys? It's Shay. And Rob doesn't listen.
Hey guys, it's Rob, and my voice is not sexy enough to be Murph's.
That's
But
fair.
welcome to the Waiting Table podcast. It's not, right? Like, come on.
No, I mean, mine isn't better.
What is?
I was. No.
Why does he sound like Yogi Bear? Do you
I
have
don't-
that in the States?
It's more of our impression of him sounds like Yogi Bear. That's why.
Yeah.
There's no replacing Murph. Sorry, we just
No.
can't do
But he's like, hey,
it. He goes.
this is Murph. And
Hey.
real men cry. I don't know why all of a sudden everything I have to say through this microphone has to turn into like a late night sexy
Talk
voice.
show.
Like,
I like it. Hey.
ASMR this. Something like that. Something. I don't know. Thank you guys for joining us on another episode of the Waiting Table podcast, where we have roundtable discussions about the hottest topics in weight loss with, of course, the coolest people from the bariatric community. I'm Rob. We don't have Murph because he's moving again, and we promise this is his last week of moving or he is fired. We have Shay, and of course, we got you guys. So grab a chair, wind down from your busy day, and take a seat at the table. Shay, how's everything going?
It's good. I just have to mention again that it's so cute you wanted to copy what I was wearing. I thought it would be fitting to wear our Just Be You shirts because of our guest tonight. She was at the Just Be You Bariatric Awards. And of course, Rob always has to copy me. I'm used to it by now, but it looks good on you.
Yeah, everything looks good on me.
Well, obviously. How are you doing?
You talk like this into the microphone. I'm doing well, thank you. I am, and yes, 100%. We are matching because you told me to. But let's just go. No, I'm doing awesome. This week has been awesome. As everyone knows, we're getting ready for the RBT show in 5 weeks.
Woo-hoo.
Both of us are competing. Both of us are in the thick of prep, and I am super, super, super excited. So yes,
Thick prep, thick thighs.
thick
That's our
prep,
motto.
thick thighs.
Mhm.
I don't have a butt though. Not at all. So I'm taking notes. I know that some people have messaged me and say they will tell me more about how to get a bigger butt. I will work
It's
on
like
it.
the rage right now. Big butts are in right now. I mean, when have they ever gone out of style? But I feel
That's
like more people are just talking about bigger butts these days.
Yeah. They don't lie. Big butts don't lie. Yeah. Honestly, I am very excited for this show, for this episode today. We have a guest who we met at the JBYs this I don't know, is 3 weeks ago now. Oh my gosh, 3 weeks ago I got withdrawal. Absolute firecracker, amazing person, super nice. I remember the first time I spoke with her, she just came up to me and she was like super nice. And I'm like, oh, she's very shy. And it was like, no, not at all. Not at all. And so many amazing things going, an amazing story that I can't wait for her to share with all of you guys. And my biggest thing, and the reason why I fangirl over her, is she's all about that fitness. So without further ado, let's bring on Janeé. Hey,
how's
how are
it
you?
going?
It's going good. It's going good. How are you guys?
Good. Thank you for being on. I'm so excited to hear your story and connect. And how's it been coming off of JBYs, getting back into normal routine? How's it been for you?
You know, I'm finding it actually quite hard. Like
Yes.
quite hard with my workouts. If it's not my workouts, it's my eating. If it's not my eating, it's my content. Like something is thrown off right now. So I think it's also the month of April. Like April's a weird month that kind of like gets you ready for spring, but then there's that seasonal depression still trying to pull you back. So I'll be happy when today is over and I can wake up tomorrow and it's May.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be May. My favorite meme of all time. Do you know? All right, Rob, are you too old for that? Do you know what I'm talking
Am
about?
I too old for NSYNC? No.
Okay,
Bro,
no,
that's
just
my time.
checking.
That's my time.
I
We
mean,
were
you were kind of
singing
older by
all this
that point, so I don't
shit.
know. I didn't know if you were
No,
out of the loop. I don't know.
never. No, I have kids, and because of Deadpool, oh, and you have a kid right there
Yes, yes.
behind.
As soon as she heard me talking,
She's
I
like,
knew.
Hey,
yeah, you're
that's all
not.
right. My kids, hey, look, 5 seconds coming.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. They're not home yet, but they will. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, real quick.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
No, you can come on because it's really good for rating. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it helps.
We
It
have no
helps.
ratings. Just so you know, Janeé, everyone here is in the chat saying, "Oh, hey, I love her,"
Yeah.
and you are a superstar, apparently.
Yay! I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
that's
It's so
awesome.
weird for me because I still find myself in a I'm just sharing my journey
Mhm.
phase, but then I go to things like JBY and people are like, "Oh my God." And I'm like, "Oh my God."
Right. It's a lot. It's overwhelming, right? Because, like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
you know, someone had asked me yesterday, how did you get started with this bariatric community? And I'm like, you could ask almost everyone, and every single person started because they wanted to share their story and their journey, and they want to connect with other people who are also going through there. And then it ended up growing into a lot of these different things, and creativity took over, and this is how I'm sharing. But you know, that is how so many of us connected, right?
Mhm.
So it's awesome. Now, you talked about sharing your journey, and you have an amazing journey, an amazing story. Would you like to tell us a bit about yourself, Janeé?
Yeah. So my story honestly started 15 years ago. I was in the Army at the time. So super active. I played sports in high school. I went from high school straight into the Army. And I got pregnant during that time, met my husband in basic training actually. And from there, my weight issues started. And I struggled with my weight, even being in the military. I was doing like all of the fat diets, taking all of the pills, the hydroxycut and the this and
Oh
the that.
yeah.
And I never stopped working out. I just could not figure out the weight part. And if you think back to 15 years ago, the information that's on the internet now is not like it was then.
No.
And so I was just kind of just going with it, always wanting to lose my baby weight. And I actually got discharged out of the Army because of weight issues. And so I was on this like 12-year journey before weight loss surgery of just trying to lose my baby weight. We end up having
Mhm.
another child after that during COVID, but I never stopped the fitness component and I never stopped trying to eat right and doing all the things. And I lost 60 pounds like 3 times during that time and then had little spurts of weight loss of 50 pounds, 40 pounds, 30 pounds. But you have that constant yo-yo dieting happening.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then finally we were stationed at Fort Bragg, which is in North Carolina. And we were moving from there to Texas in 2022. And at that point, like that summer, my weight was really like I was in the 270s and my blood pressure was giving me headaches and my joints was flaring up. And at that point, I was like sick and tired of being sick and
Yeah.
tired. And so when I got to Texas and I talked to my new doctor, I'm like, what are my options? And he
Mhm.
referred me to an obesity specialist in the clinic. And she talked to me about weight loss surgery, and I was against it. Immediately, I was
Mhm.
against it. I
Yep.
only knew about surgery from like shows, My 600-Pound Life,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
stuff like
Yep.
that. So I'm like, no, I
Yeah. I'm
don't think
not
I
that
need
person.
that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So she's like, just get the information. Like, you don't have to make any decisions right now. Just get the information. So my doctor's visit was October. My chat with her was November. By December, I was at my informational session. And by the end of that session, I'm like, I'm sold. Cut me open. I've done everything on my own. The information that they gave to us, I actually went through the military to get my surgery. So the information they gave to me, I was like, I did everything on my own for 12 years. It's not working, so maybe this will be it. And by March 2nd of 2023, I was cut open. So it was a 10-week turnaround time. I didn't even
Yeah.
have a chance to
Mhm.
Wow.
think about it. And here I am 2 years later, down 125 pounds and
Yay.
healthy and just loving this side of life.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that.
So cool.
So
Oh.
you mentioned fitness is a big part of it. So I always get hung up on this, and there's always a back and forth in my head about what I should say. So, I had lost a lot of weight as well. Um, People who don't know me, they think it's all based on hard work and working out and watching your diet, which it is. But whenever I bring up weight loss surgery, the automatic is like, oh, okay, yeah, right. So if people were to ask you, how are you this fit? How did you lose this weight? How did you get to this point? What does your mind automatically go to? Does it go towards the weight loss surgery, or does it go
Mm.
to the hours of work and all the knowledge and all the educating and researching that you've done into making this lifestyle your own now?
No, I immediately say weight loss surgery.
Yeah?
Yeah, because it truly was the
Awesome.
thing that like broke something in me. It was my what do they call it? A metabolic reset that
Yep.
my
Yeah.
body needed. And without it, I even think about it now. I ponder on it now. I don't know where I would be now
Yeah.
without it. And so
Mhm.
I still tell them, like, changing my eating, working out. I never stop. I always tell them I never stop working out, because it's true. In 15
Yep.
years,
Mhm.
I've never stopped working out. I've never
Mhm.
stopped running. I've never stopped lifting. I'm actually a personal trainer. Like, all of my information happened before surgery, and that
That's
has
a good
helped
point.
sustain me through. But when it comes to the actual weight loss, I have to give it up to weight loss surgery.
There you go. I love
Well,
it.
and I actually love stories like yours though, because it's similar to mine in the way of like I was doing a lot of those things prior to having weight loss
Mm,
surgery. But I think that's why, especially, I don't want to say especially for women, but I think women, we tend to struggle with more of those hormonal issues,
Mhm.
PCOS, things like that. And it's so damn frustrating when you are doing all the things that doctors are recommending, or, just people that you hear of like eat less, work out more, and you're doing those things. And it's like, it is literally not working.
Yeah.
And recognizing, okay, obesity is a disease and there's lots of different tools available to combat that and help that. That's why I love hearing your story of like you were doing all of those things and that
yeah.
continued after weight loss surgery, but it goes to show that obesity is a much more complex
Mm,
disease, and it's not just about eating right and moving your body more. There's a lot more involved, and there's support and tools to help with that. So I
Yes,
love that.
exactly. And it's crazy because even with me having weight loss surgery, I still tend to struggle with my weight. And I know it's because my hormonal issues. I
Mhm.
actually just got my hormones checked, and I have hypothyroidism. I have
mm,
Hashimoto's, and it makes weight maintenance hard. And so
Mhm.
I hate to compare myself to other people, of course, but when I do, I think about like the internal struggles that some of us still have. Like, yes,
yes.
weight
Mhm.
loss surgery has been this amazing tool, but it's important to know that I have to do the work with diet and exercise, because I have this hormonal issue that's not going anywhere.
Mhm.
So if I don't check myself with dieting and exercise, then that hormonal issue is going to put me right back to needing
Yeah.
surgery and a revision again.
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
that's so important because like I think a lot of people will get the surgery, a lot of people will work out, whatever the case might be, and then they'll lose all this weight and they'll be in great shape. But again, that's really narrow-minded or like tunnel vision on my health equates specifically to that number on the scale,
Mhm.
right? Like there are a lot of other things. I love the fact that you got your hormones checked because people don't do that.
Mhm.
Their bone density, people don't look into that. There's a lot of different things, like our absorption, depending on what
Muscle
surgery you
mass.
had,
Mhm.
muscle mass, all these different things, right? Like health is not, there is a correlation obviously to your weight, right? 100% there is. But that doesn't paint the whole picture. It doesn't tell the whole story. And I love the fact that you advocate for getting things checked still, looking at other aspects of your health because it's important. We need to look at those things, right?
Mhm. Yeah,
Yes, I
and
tell people now all the time, like, if there is anything going on with my body, I'm immediately booking
Yeah,
up an appointment. Like, I'm no longer in that victim mindset and just
that's it.
letting life happen to me. Like,
Mhm.
the moment I feel like there's something wrong, I'm being solution oriented and I'm going to my
Hmm.
doctor. I'm paying
Mhm.
for insurance anyway. Why not use it?
Yep.
And
True,
I
true.
think that's also like emotionally and mentally, right? Like and I
Mhm.
love seeing this because, I think a lot of us prior to surgery, the notion of seeing a therapist would be, oh, the same thing with me and having bariatric surgery. I was like, oh, no, I'm good. I'm all right. I don't need it. I don't need it. But now there's so much advocacy for therapists because of the challenges that we've had, because of the traumas that we have, and it is so open in our community. And I think the whole process that we've gone through in terms of transforming ourselves has really just opened up a lot of our minds to yes, there are other aspects, and we need to be on it. We need to listen to our body and our minds and our hearts and everything. And that's amazing. I love that.
Yeah. I'm curious, Janeé, because we've talked about it on here of like, that and someone in the comments had said, there's so much more than just the scale and what it reads on there. I'm curious, what in your journey has been the biggest non-scale victory for you? Or it's okay if you have multiple, but like, is there
Yeah,
anything
I
that
feel
comes
like
to
I do
mind?
have multiple because the
Yeah.
moment like one thing happens, something else
Yeah.
happens. And so at first it was like my veins, they don't have to go digging for my veins anymore. I have a normal blood pressure cuff size.
Yeah,
Yes.
But
that's a
now
big one.
most recently it's what my body is able to do. Like
Mhm.
at first I used to put limits on myself, but now I'm up for a challenge. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
bring it on. So I just
Mhm.
completed my first half marathon in
Oh my
March,
gosh.
and I'm already gonna do my second half marathon in like a
Nice.
couple weeks.
Ah,
That's awesome. Congrats.
congratulations.
Thank you.
How did you get into running? Because I know that's something that you're passionate about. How did the passion for that start? Is that something you've always had, or is that a bit newer?
So it is new. The passion is new, the running isn't. And
Yeah.
Okay.
so when I was in the military, that's all you do. That's all you
Yep.
do is
Mhm.
run. I was never good at it. It sucked. It hurt. It just was a thing that we did. And so trying to being on a weight loss journey for 12 years, all I knew was okay, running burns calories. So let
Yep.
me
Mhm.
just do that. But there was a point in my journey where I was abusing fitness. Like I was just
Hmm.
in the gym for hours every single day, never resting my body. And I
Mm.
hated what I was doing because I was only doing it for losing weight purposes.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
even
Mhm.
after weight loss surgery, there was a moment, like a good 6 month period after weight loss surgery, where I wasn't working out at all. Like I had to truly, we talk about mental health and healing our relationships with food, but I think healing your relationship with fitness and having a better
Mm.
outlook on fitness is important too. And so I'm like, you know what? I need to take a break because I don't understand what I'm doing right now. I'm just doing things
Mhm.
Yeah.
for fitness. I mean, for losing weight and not just for overall fitness. And so last year I turned 35 and I'm like, you know what? I kind of like running a little bit. Like I was on and off doing it right before my birthday. And I'm like, maybe I will give this like a chance for real. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
so ever since last May, I've been like actually researching it and like being more consistent with it. And when I went to the bariatric retreat in November is when I did my first race and D ran it with me. So
That's
Nice.
when
awesome.
he won the male fitness award at JBY, I like went up to him and I'm like, you literally ran my first race with me and I will never
That
forget
is
that. So you
awesome.
definitely
Oh.
deserved it. Yeah. And so like it just became a passion. And I'm like, I tell people all the time, find the thing that you
Yep.
love doing, even when it sucks. It
Yep.
sucks.
Mhm.
Running suck. It's hard, but I'll still do it every single day if I could.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, for sure. And
That's
you know
so
what? So
cool.
I love that you mentioned that, because like even Autumn mentioned it in our chat. Um, talking about pickleball, and pickleball is one of my passions. I play 4 days a week, and people always ask me like, "Why do you play pickleball?" And I always answer, "Look around at the people. Sure, there are older people. I'm like, they move better than most
Mhm.
people at our age.
Yep.
I would love to be able to do that. 4 years ago, I was walking with a cane and in a wheelchair. And look at how these people are. I'm just like, this is what I want for the
Mhm.
rest of my life. Right. And
Mhm.
so finding things that you're passionate about, that you
That are
love,
sustainable.
that's
That yeah.
sustainable, like that's
Mhm.
important, right? Like going to the
Mhm.
gym. I am friends with a lot of the older people at the gym because I constantly applaud them for being in there and doing
Mhm.
things that they enjoy and they love. And I think that's just the thing with fitness, is exactly what you said. Just find things that you like and that you enjoy. And that's
Mhm.
challenging too, right? Because at some point you might want that challenge.
Right. And I tell people all the time, don't be afraid to switch things up. Like
Yeah.
I pay attention to what my body wants. And so it's the sun is coming out here in Washington. You know about the PNW where it's always
Oh,
gray and
yeah.
cloudy and stuff. And so I'm like, the sun is coming out. I'm gonna end up spending less time in the gym because I want to be outside. So I'm gonna be
Yeah.
Yes.
running, I'm gonna be hiking. And that's okay. Like that things change throughout the year. You don't have to consistently do the same thing over and over
Mhm.
and over again. And
Hmm.
so when the winter time comes, I'll be back in the gym. But
She's going to the gym right
She's
now.
going to the gym. She's gone.
I was
Oh,
getting a
there.
call.
That's
I said
okay.
no. I said you're going to the gym right now. You're like, I'm out of here. Sorry, guys.
Right.
But yeah, don't
He's back at the gym. Guys, stop calling her. She's doing a podcast.
Leave her alone.
Leave her alone.
Did I lose y'all? Are we back?
We're
I
back.
think so. We can hear you.
I don't think I can hear y'all anymore. Oh, wait, I think I got you.
Yay!
There we go.
You're too popular. Tell people you're busy. Are you there? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes, you were talking to us about in the wintertime, you're going to be back in the gym, but now with the sun coming up, you're going to go enjoy that. You're going to change things up.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm already thinking about like after RBT is done, you know, I've been going to the gym a lot for that and training for that, but I'm finding it's harder to stay disciplined to go to the gym when it's so nice outside. So I'm even thinking like after RBT is done, I'm like, ooh, I'm going to get to do, I mean, and I can do hiking and stuff now, but it's like to hit the goals I'm trying to do right now. It's kind of like it has to be in the gym just to have enough weights, and it's just easier to kind of do stuff in there. But I'm finding it's harder as it's getting nicer. I'm like, I just want to be outside. So I'm excited. It'll be nice when it's done to focus on other things.
Yeah.
I had a great conversation with someone at the gym today, and we were talking about, you know, why are we in the gym? Right. So like, I know for you, Shay, you were mentioning right now, we have a specific goal in 5 weeks, right? But separate from that, like, why am I in the gym? And the answer is so I can continue to do things, so I can play sports and not hurt myself or not be dying because I'm not used to moving, to be able to go on hikes with my family and be able to do that and complete those things, right? And I think when you think of fitness, people really need to look at some of the different things that we do or different activities and just really try to understand, like, what's the reason we do all these different things, right? If it is just, I want to lose weight, then that's okay, right? Everyone has their reasons. But I think when you look at big picture, especially coming from where we've come from, there is a lot more meaning to being able to move and being able to be active and not have our blood pressure shoot through the roof and all these different things, right?
Yeah, and it's like a mental health thing. Like I know I hear people say that all the time, but I've just been noticing that a lot too. Of like, I missed training like the last 2 weeks. One of the weeks it was just busy with JBY, and then which Rob didn't make that excuse. He was still working out, but I knew that my body would be too stressed, and it's like not worth it. And then the second week I was sick. And so I'm like, okay, I'll just let my body rest and chill. And it's like, now I notice it takes a toll on my mental health. Like, and I notice a difference when I'm not moving my body, and it doesn't have to be in the gym, but it's like, if I'm not doing hiking or doing something that's moving my body more, it affects my mental health. And like my body hurts now. And I know, I think I talked about that on the show before, but it's like, it's weird. It was a weird transition going from when I would have when I would have movement prior to having surgery. It's like I would need days to recover because my body hurt. Now it's like when I don't have movement, if I'm sitting at my desk for too long or I'm not like being intentional with moving, that's when my body hurts now. It's just, an odd transition to make.
Yeah, wait till you're 42. It'll hurt even more. Autumn asked a really, really good question. So June 17th is Autumn's birthday. Happy really early birthday. I'm wondering what kind of cake I can have. What do you do for your birthdays? I will give you my answer, and I'll let Janeé and Shay share hers. Have the friggin' cake. Enjoy, right? Like, again, this whole surgery, yes, it's helping us lose the weight, but the end goal for me is just to be healthy and enjoy, right? And so I'll eat the friggin' cake. I'll eat more than just the cake. Enjoy. It's your birthday.
I agree with that. And for my birthdays, I tend to focus a lot more on experiences now. And I think so much of like how I grew up and like just and I think society is just kind of like this too, but like so much of like my reward system was based in food of like, oh, I did good on a test, let's go get ice cream to celebrate, or it's your birthday, let's go eat food and celebrate that way. And I'm not like saying there's anything wrong with that. It's just, for me, it's been helpful to change my mindset of like, what's a cool experience I can do? What's something that I'll enjoy? And so kind of focusing more on like, if I can take a trip or even just going on a hike or doing something that I enjoy, focusing on that rather than like the food component is helpful for me. I used to be so particular too about like, oh, I want to go to this restaurant and I want to have this particular cake. And because it was always like my birthdays were always like cheat days, you know, how I used to see it back in the day. And now it's like, I don't see life like that where it's like, yeah, if I want a piece of cake, I'll have it, but it's not going to be my primary focus anymore.
For sure.
Yeah, what about you, Janeé?
I feel like I'm like right in the middle of both of y'all. Like I will still have the cake, but I want something different. I want to do an experience. I actually so my birthday is on Memorial weekend this year.
Ooh, it's coming up.
It's on the weekend because it's May 27th. And so I don't know what I have planned. I know I'm off from work,
there you go.
I know I'm gonna do something. But if I want the cake as well, then I'll have it because I changed my mindset around food. Like I don't look at food as good or bad anymore. I don't look at things as cheat meals, cheat days anymore. I have it and I move on, and it doesn't trigger me like it did before. That's why we can go to JBY and drink all night, and then I can jump right back into my routine and go run the next day.
Yeah,
who drank all night? I didn't. You guys party too much.
You were sleeping on the toilet, Rob.
I was asleep very early, guys. I was very responsible.
Yeah, on the toilet.
On the toilet.
Crazy dude.
Fully
what
clothed.
was your favorite part, Janeé? Or I mean, again, probably multiple answers, but what did you enjoy the most about the Just Be You Awards? But was this your first one? You okay, cool. So yeah, what did you, or I guess just in general, what did you think?
It was my first award show and my second bariatric event. Like I haven't even done a meetup or anything.
Fun.
And so I think my favorite part is just actually connecting with people that I get to talk to online.
Yeah.
The little one. Hi.
Murph said if you were gonna come, he wasn't gonna come, so he didn't come.
That's such a lie.
Yeah, she knows. Tell Lily I can't wait to see her soon.
Shay says that.
I heard her.
Oh,
yeah. You can't lie to her.
Okay, dude, we have like 15 people watching. They don't want to see you.
Hi, 15 people.
Get out of here, bro.
Oh boy.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Oh, she's so nice. Where does she get it from? She gets it from her mom, not you.
No, dude, really, get out, man. This is a serious show. There's no smiling in this show. We don't smile.
You need to get Lily her own podcast. She likes to perform.
Oh, see, now I heard the other one coming. Oh my God.
It's because of the bell. You rang the bell.
Ring the bell, bring them along.
See?
Yep.
It's like my milkshake and all the boys in the yard. It's same thing.
Same thing.
Janeé, sorry. So JBYs.
No, you're fine. Yes. So my favorite part is just connecting with people that I talk to online and getting to see them in person. A lot of the people I met at the retreat, and then this time it was like a different group of people that didn't go to the retreat that I got to y'all, for instance, that I got to meet in person, and it feels like real. Like, you have these online relationships, but when you actually get to meet people and hang out with them and just spend these hours just doing the craziest things or celebrating or just talking, like it really brings you back down to what the community is. And so I love that part of it.
That's so cool. Well, it's funny. I don't know if you guys have found this, but when I'm trying to explain to like family members, or Mel always calls them normies, like people who aren't in the bariatric community and don't like get it, of like, oh yeah, I'm going like across the country to meet these people that I've never met in person. They could, and they're like, is it like a catfish situation? Like, how do you know? And it's like, it's hard to explain it, but like, they're my real friends. I promise. Like, I'm not just making them up.
Oh yeah. What's the real name? Like, oh no.
Oh, well.
Right. Like, I only know about a username
It's
that's
at
something.
Yeah.
They're real.
I promise. I know.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, Janeé, because I know that for me, this was I don't know if struggle is the right word, but I found it very difficult to rectify the fact that a lot of these people, they know my story. They know about me, that they've followed me, and you never know, right? Like, you just never know how your story can impact, inspire, and motivate other people. And for me personally, I didn't really recognize that until I went to JBY last year. And then I had tons of people who knew everything about me. I'm like, wow, this is really, really cool. How do you find that? Especially, your YouTube channel has a ton of followers, a lot of people who view your videos. Like, how do you feel when you know that people they know your stuff, they connect with you and your story?
It's weird because it's like this is what you asked for. Like you put
Yeah.
your story
Mhm.
online, so it's kind of like I say to myself, well, what did you expect? But it still feels so surreal that people are actually interested in tuning into it and
Yeah.
find inspiration around it. It's it's like an outer body experience
Mhm.
sometimes, and I only really recognize it when I meet people face to
Yeah.
face. Like when it's
Yeah.
online, I still really don't get it. I still don't process it. Like I have been a little bit more lately, but I really don't see it until like I'm meeting people in real life and I'm like, oh, like I really do have an impact. Like the way I'm going about and sharing my story is really impacting someone else.
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay.
Well, I don't think our brains like are developed to really be able to understand it. Like when you see or like when you see numbers or views on videos or people making comments, it's like you know that they're real people, but it's like again, I don't think our brains have evolved enough to be able to
Yeah.
understand that because it's the first time in history where we're able to do that. And so
Right.
it is really weird. And then when you get to see people in real life and I think that's what I've been craving more is just like in-person gatherings and like seeing people in real life. And it's like, oh, they are real people. And it is a weird, I don't know. The online stuff is a weird experience.
Right. People do this comparison all the time. Like they tell you, you know, when you're tripping about your numbers and you're like, oh, I only got 200 views, 1,000 views, whatever. They're like, well, picture you in a room in front of 1,000 people. And it's like, I
Yes.
understand that,
in
but
in
at the end of the day,
concept.
it's still not happening. So, and
Yeah.
it's not happening on a daily basis. So it's I'm like shutting that off because I'm like, yeah, I get that, but
Yeah.
it's like it's not happening. So it's still not like translating
Yeah.
sometimes.
Hmm.
How do you feel when you go to something like a meetup and you're around all these people, like 100 people that know who you are, that you know, but you've never had that face-to-face interaction? Do you find that it is um, hard or awkward, or do you just sort of let out and you're just like, I love this? Or
No, so I'm actually am shy. I actually am shy.
yeah, you were so
I'm an
shy when you
introvert.
came up to me. I was just like, oh, you're so sweet.
Yeah.
Rob
So
knows
like
how to break that quick.
I'm shy too in
Yeah,
real life.
right. Oh yeah.
This is a
You're a
persona,
liar.
guys.
right. No, like in real life, I'm more very her name is VSG Bestie.
Yeah.
You guys know
Shar.
yeah, Shar.
Uh
She told me when we met at the retreat, she's like, you know, you're a lot more reserved than I thought you were going to be. And it's like, well, yeah, you see these clips, like, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
these clips that I'm putting together. Of course, I'm like more lively on there. And then like
Well, when you're
I'm
in
such
your
a homebody.
environment and you're comfortable and you don't have people around you, it kind of goes back to that, right? It's like it's easier for some, or I've heard it's different for different people, but for me, it's the same way where it's a bit easier to kind of be myself. And because it's like, it's just me in the room,
I'm opposite.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, like I find I struggle. Like, you know how sometimes we're like, okay, can you guys we'll make a reel and we'll do
Yeah,
this,
just send me a quick
and then
video.
just
Yeah.
like I am like, oh shit, I messed that up. I need to redo that. I need to redo that. You guys are like, no, just keep doing it. I struggle with it with just a camera and me. Whereas in person, like if I'm
Mhm.
in a group, I'm way more comfortable. But if it's just me talking to a camera, like even if I'm walking around and like videotaping myself and talking to that, I feel so uncomfortable and awkward
Yeah.
It's
doing
because
that.
you're
Like,
old.
because I'm old,
Because
right?
you called it
Because I gotta adjust my
videotaping right now.
glasses and
You
yeah.
called it videotaping
Oh
right
yeah, yeah,
now,
yeah.
and, the way you're describing it, I think it's just because 'cause
And
you're
I gotta
old.
listen to my music. I have to take off my
And
Walkman.
let me be clear, it's not chronologically that you're old, and I think
I'm
just
just
you're an
old.
old man spirit.
Yeah. No, I'm old. I'm old.
Both. I have to
Yeah.
be careful because we have some people who are chronologically older than you, but they don't act like that. You know what I mean? You're just kind of old man
I'm just
vibes.
old. Bro, you wanted to bring
I'm
a
not
book to
saying
the club.
I'm not saying that I'm any different.
This is true.
I own the old lady vibes. I'm there too.
That's true. I'm trying to hold on. Selma, thank you so much. She feels the same
Hey,
way.
Selma.
Yeah, Selma, everyone. So Selma is here. Erica loves
Erica,
you. Everyone is just like, oh, I love
I
Janeé.
know.
Yazzie, she is the. Hold on, what was it? She wrote something earlier. I just closed my stuff. But yeah, you are super popular. Everyone loves you.
Tony said, Rob, I feel you on this one. No, Tony, I consider you a much younger spirit because you're on TikTok. So
This is
you know
true.
how to
This is
TikTok.
true. I
You're
don't
a
know how to
young
do
one.
anything. Yeah.
Well,
Erica, she
somebody
wants to bring
I
a
was
book.
talking to Sophie. She's from London. I don't know if you know who Sophie is, but we were talking about how there's a difference between the bariatric community on TikTok and bariatric community on
Huge.
Instagram. And so how I feel like a lot of us who had our surgeries in 2023, like Tony, like Nat, we all had our surgeries the same year. We're just a few months apart from each other. I feel like we're like the OGs when it comes to the TikTok
Yeah.
bariatric community because it wasn't really like there's a couple of people who were doing it, but like all of us launched at the same year, at the same time for the most part, and then just started sharing. So when we went to the retreat, we're like, oh, there's a whole different community of people
The
posting that we
oldies,
didn't
the
even
old
know
people.
about.
Yeah. It is crazy though,
Old
because
people.
we're talking like a year difference.
Yeah, because
Right?
my
Not
surgery was
generations, because
no.
that's how we feel.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and you look at some of the
So
people.
outdated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and even looking at JBYs, right? Like you can see a very distinct line of these were the OGs on Instagram. These were the people who like that first level people on TikTok when it came out, and then this is the new group, and it's just a matter of years or a
Yeah.
year, not even years.
I know, because
Singular.
I had my surgery in 22, and I feel like I just made the cut of where I'm more with the older crowd, and then it's like I feel like 23 and on is like more of the newer or the younger crowd.
Yeah. It's awesome
And
to
then
see
it's crazy
though.
because I like scroll through TikTok and I'm listening to people's lives, and there's a bunch of people, they're only a couple months out, and I'm like, man, so this is how it feels to like be fresh and new again.
Yep.
Oh my God.
And then the next
Yeah.
JBYs, you'll see. It's like, because that's what was kind of fun to see. And it's cool. Like, and Rob and I talked about this, where it's cool because it's like seeing that the legacy continues, you know, where it's
Yeah.
like it was cool to see new people emerge and new stories be shared. Like it's fun being the proud mama on the sidelines, you know,
100%.
kind of like, wow, this is awesome.
That was a big thing I took from this year. Like
Yeah.
yes, of course it was great to be nominated for what we were nominated for, but I just wanted to see these new people win and celebrate and be proud, because like, you know, we talked about like Tony and all the guys at BME. Like I was so happy that all of them won their categories, because the whole point with what we did with Murph was we wanted to inspire men. Right. And then now here are these men who, when they were early on in their journey, they knew about us, they listened to us, and now they're inspiring all these other generations of people. So I absolutely love that. I'm always cheering on for everyone else. So that's amazing. And you're going to be doing the same. You were already doing the same thing. Everyone loves you. Everyone's saying it. So I'm just trying to see who says they're the young OG. Oh, Erica. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. So you have a half marathon coming up. All right. When are you doing the full marathon?
So it's crazy you say that. It's so crazy you say that, because at the start of this year, I didn't even think I was going to do a half marathon that soon. Like I put it on my run goal list. Like I knew I just wanted to be consistent with my runs. I wanted to get faster, and I wanted to do a race once a month this year. And I said, like, it was the last goal, I believe. It was like, oh, I'll do a half marathon or a marathon. I don't know. And then I did a running panel on TikTok. We did a live of other bariatric runners, and they're talking about it. I'm like, you know, I'm just going to randomly sign up for this. And then 6 weeks later, I did it. I literally barely, I don't advise that. Train properly.
Yes.
Me, however, I stay in the mindset of stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And I'm always constantly running and training and stuff like that. So when it comes to me wanting to do something random like that, my body is already there. It's already adjusted, and I just have to like put in the work. But yeah, after I did my first half marathon, I'm like, okay, well, I think now, like I said earlier, I'm up for a challenge. Now I think I may do a full marathon. So I was looking at one. There's one in Seattle. It's the weekend after Thanksgiving, like that Black Friday weekend. So I'm thinking about doing the Seattle Marathon.
So cool.
You just announced it. You pretty much did. You pretty much did. Trust me, I know that mindset that you're in right now. You're doing it. You just committed in your head. You're like, I'm just gonna train, and if it happens, it happens. It's
Right. Like
happening.
literally, I'm like, I'll just train for it. I'll put on the
Yeah.
schedule. I'll make sure the time is off, but I'm still not signed up for it yet. Like,
Yeah. That's
have
just
you thought about Janeé doing a triathlon? Have you considered that at all?
no, I haven't. I was actually talking with some of my best friends about it. And it's weird how, I feel like us millennials were in that phase in life where these are our hobbies. Like
Yeah.
we're getting more into the fitness side of
Uh-huh.
things and moving our bodies and stuff like that. And so I'm like, well, I don't know. Wait, triathlon is what? Running, swimming,
swimming,
biking?
hiking.
So I
Mhm.
don't know how to swim, so I'll have to add that to the list of things to do.
Uh-huh.
And I actually still haven't rode a bike after weight loss. Like
No,
it's been some years.
I have, and I'm just not very good at it. I would have to
Mm.
practice a lot with biking, but I've thought about it. It's just I've been doing strength training, that's what I've been focusing on, and endurance is a whole other beast that
Yeah.
I haven't really touched at all. And so
Mhm.
but I always thought it would be kind of cool to do a triathlon. And again, not like a or
sprint.
kind of yeah,
Yep.
like yeah, but I've known a couple people who've done it and trained for it. So I don't know. We'll see.
Right.
Have you done? Oh yeah, because you're a good biker.
Yeah, every year it was just like after surgery, it's like, okay, what's my next challenge? And the first one,
Mhm.
endurance cycling. So I did a lot of endurance cycling prior to surgery. And afterwards, like we would do like 200-kilometer rides every weekend. We do 100
Can you
kilometer
translate that for us Americans?
How many kilometers to miles? Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, and then it was like triathlon sprints and doing that. Running was actually one of my big hobbies. I had done a while ago. I had done a half marathon as well, and
Mm.
so riding was a big thing for me. Same thing. Swimming was like, okay, now I got to learn how to get good in it, and
Mhm.
then it was pickleball, and then it was this. But yeah, it's addicting. Right? I
Yeah.
Mhm.
love it. It is.
Yeah.
It's the challenge is to be like, okay, well, what can I do now? Like I couldn't do anything before. What can I do now?
Right. And
Right?
the thing
Mhm.
is, in my head, I was very delusional about my fitness level when
Yeah.
I was overweight because I never stopped working out. So I thought I was faster than what I was and lift more and all these things. And then now that I'm on this side, I'm like, no, I was definitely in bad shape.
Yeah.
Shape.
Well, but when you don't
That's
have that
okay.
direct
And that's okay.
comparison,
But
but now you have such a stark comparison, it's
right.
easier to kind of tell.
Right.
Yeah. I'm curious too, when you do your running, what kind of runner are you? Are you listening to anything? Are you keeping it quiet? Like is
I
it based
am a
on
keep it
mood?
quiet. I am a keep
Okay.
it
Like a
quiet
meditative
person.
more?
It's weird. It's
Like
weird. I
listen to
have
your
my
breath while you
headphones.
run.
What you said?
Like listen to your breath while you run.
No, my thoughts just run wild.
Okay, good.
Like
Because like I
literally.
find that was one of the most trippy things is while I was running to listen to my breathing. I'm just
Mm,
like, holy shit. But like music, everything, I can listen to my steps, and I found that very meditative. But if
mm.
I were listening to my breathing, I'd be like freaking myself out.
Would you like get in your head like, oh no, I'm not doing it right? Or like
No, like I feel
No,
like with me and my content, there's always something else that I want
true.
to do. And so like my mind is like thinking about the next thing. Like I'm thinking about like just something else. So I'm not even like I'm listening to the thoughts in my head. And
Mhm.
normally like when I'm driving or when I'm running, like my best thoughts just come.
Mhm.
So then I have to sit there and try to like write in my notepad as I'm texting on my phone in the
Yep.
notes app and trying to run and stuff like that so I don't forget because I have terrible memory.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of the time I'll listen to music or I'll listen to a podcast here or there, but most of the time it's silence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's good to have things like podcasts now because I know when I was running, it was music, right? I had
Mhm.
Because
an
you're
i
old.
yeah, I had an iPod. You remember those?
A shuffle or
Yeah,
what?
I had a shuffle, yeah, for sure.
What
But yeah,
what color
I
did
had
you
the
have?
silver. I was boring.
Oh, you're boring.
I had
You're
to.
old.
Yeah, I'm old. I had to. Yeah, 100%. It's awesome that you can do things like that now. Like
Mhm.
I will constantly like YouTube videos for me,
Mhm.
like cutting about things like nutrition that I constantly go over, that I constantly study, that I've used myself. I could be sitting at home and watching those things, or I could be walking. And
Mhm.
sometimes will go for my walk and listen to those same things, and I'm just like, okay,
Yep.
well, I'm doing the same thing, but now I'm coming home with an extra 4,000 steps, right? And so
Yep.
uh, that we have access to that now compared to before is amazing.
Or if you're an old lady nerd like me, audiobooks are amazing.
Yes,
I
that's
do a
something
lot
I'm
of
also
audiobooks.
listening to
Mhm.
is audiobooks too. Yeah.
Okay, Rob, cover your ears for just a minute. Janae, what are you listening to? He hates when I talk books, but you brought it up, so I'm allowed to ask.
There's this book. It's called it's something about sleep. I can't think of the name. And I was just in Barnes and Nobles. I bought like 3 books today. I was looking at the actual book, and I'm like, should I buy the physical copy? But
Uh-huh.
it's something about sleep. I can't remember the name because I've been getting terrible sleep lately.
Mm,
And so
Oh,
I've been trying to clean up my sleep hygiene a bit.
Awesome. Cool.
it's called Books Make Me Sleepy.
Yeah, that's what Rob would write.
Guys, I'm an English major. Look at all these books. These are all
Right, I was
mine.
about to say,
That's his
you-
wife. That is not him. That's your
No.
wife's book.
No, once I graduated, I was like, never again. I'm reading Harry Potter and all the easy books over and
Yep.
over and over again, and I'll
Just
be
for
fine in
fun.
my life. Yes,
For funsies.
for sure. So I think we had talked about this very briefly, Janeé, when we were at JBY's, but we did talk about like RBT because I think James did reach out to you at one point,
Mhm.
right? Oh my God, it
Oh,
never
no.
ends.
It's
Oh my
August.
God.
Hi.
Bye.
Tell him I'm excited to see him
Hello.
soon.
Shay says that she would come earlier, but she doesn't want to see you.
He knows. He knows you're a liar.
Okay, come on, go. Love you. You're still here. It's a bell, man. It's not for you. This is for people who lose 100 pounds. You lose 100 pounds, you're not even 100 pounds. Get out of here. That's how you lose 100 pounds, by
It's
getting
for-
out of
it's
here.
either you lose 100 pounds or you're under 100 pounds. You get to ring it.
Okay, dude, I was in the middle of a really serious question.
What?
I'm not asking you. Hey, what? Get out of
What?
here. Love you. See, now I don't even remember. What was I talking about?
It was
know.
the
Oh, yeah.
transformation.
RBT.
RBT. Yeah.
Yes.
So he reached out with you, to you in regards to that. Was that something you were considering at that time? Is it something that
So
you would
I've seen
consider?
it based off of you, actually. Like looking at your journey and stuff, and that's what made me think, oh my God, I can transform my body for real. Like,
Yeah.
like really do something with my body. And so I've talked about it when I went to retreat. I know the other Rob
Yep.
was there, and Des was there, and they were on the fitness panel with Nat, and they were talking about their experience with bodybuilding and competitions. So it's something that I thought about doing, but I'm in my running era right now.
100%.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I feel. I mean, I don't know if this, or you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but it does kind of seem like if you have certain goals or things you're trying to do, it's kind of better to do one of either
Yes.
endurance or strength training one at a time. Is that
So
accurate?
when it comes to goals, maybe, but it's funny. I was talking to them. I asked them a question on their panel, like, do you think it's possible to build muscle and run? And they're like, no, I think it's one or the other. And then as soon as they said no, because they both said no, I was like, I'm gonna prove you wrong, because I think I
Yeah,
can.
100%. 100%.
I don't like this
100%.
answer. No, I think I can do both. I can
Yes,
put
you
on
can.
muscle and I can still maintain my long distances.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So
Shout out to Des and Rob.
tell me how, or like, because I'm really curious about that, because I've always kind of seen it as one or the other. Like, and I think in my head I get tripped up of like, oh my gosh, that seems very time consuming to do both. But if you have any, for both of you, any tips or tricks, or like how would one do that?
Gain muscle and do endurance training?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's calories, right? You need to make
Just
sure that you're
making
feeding
sure
your
you're eating
body
enough.
and
So you just have to
preventing.
eat like a buttload of food in order to
So I'm
maintain
still
something like
technically in
that.
a calorie deficit, but I feel
Yeah.
like I eat more than what the normal, I guess, bariatric patient
Sure.
would eat. Like I'm close to 2,000 calories, and
Yeah.
my weight isn't going anywhere. I think I'm at maintenance right now because I've been in the 160s for like 8 months now. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, my weight isn't shifting at all. What's going on? But yeah, I'm structured out when it comes to it. So I lift 5 times per week.
Yep.
And I run 4 times a week, and I'm allowing my body to get the rest. But I feel like since I've been doing it for so long that I'm just used to it, so it
Yeah.
doesn't feel that hard. And I also do DEXA scans once a month to see what my muscle mass looks like, what
Nice.
my
Good
fat
for you.
mass looks like. I'm making sure to eat a high protein diet.
Yeah.
So I'm staying on top of the numbers. So when people talk about the numbers, for me, the numbers isn't the scale. The numbers is how much can I lift? How much, how fast can I run? What does my DEXA scan look like? How much protein am I getting? That's the numbers that I care about now being on this side.
For sure, 100%.
So I'm curious, Janeé, what is your schedule like? Because you said you lift 5 times a week and then you do cardio 4 times a week. Walk me through, because do those would have to overlap, right? Where you do both. So walk me through a day, like what your day looks like when they overlap. I'm just curious.
So, okay, I never run on leg days, of course. So that's Mondays are leg days, but I make sure to get my steps in.
Okay.
Tuesdays are back and biceps, but that's a run day. So most of the time I'm doing it like right after each other. Like either the run is coming first or the lifting is coming first. And I'm a morning person. I'm naturally a morning person. So I'm getting up at 5, 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And people think like when you hear that, like, oh my God, you're spending so much time in the gym. I'm not. Like, my run is 30 minutes. My lift might be 45, and that's it. And there's still plenty of time in a day. Wednesdays are a rest day from the gym, but I'm running. Thursdays is another leg day, so I'm not running, but I'm making sure I get my steps. Friday is chest and triceps with a run. Saturday is glutes and shoulders with a walk, and then Sunday is another rest day, but a run.
Okay, cool. So you're always doing something every day.
Yeah, I'm always doing something every day. So I'm technically not having any rest days in the week, if you look at it like that, because I'm either doing a run or a lift. And when my body needs it, I will take a rest day, an actual rest day. But again, like I stay ready, so I don't have to get ready. So my body is just used to it now.
It's conditioned,
some time to get here, but yeah.
That's super cool. Yeah, it's really interesting. Just as I'm like learning more about fitness, it's very new to me. I mean, you know, the competition has helped a lot with me, like just learning basic. I mean, it's probably basic stuff to like you and Rob, because you guys have been doing this a while. But like for me, it's learning, oh, like in between reps, you're supposed to rest to repair your muscle. Never was taught that. Like I never knew that. So I'm starting like at the very beginning. So it's interesting just hearing how to do that. And I don't know if you found this too, but the coach I work with, she was saying that like if you're going to do cardio and lifting in the same day, to start with lifting and then do cardio after. I don't know if you guys have heard that too, but it's like,
I've heard of that. Most of the time, if it's early in the morning, then I am lifting first. Most of the time it's still dark out, so I'll just go to the gym first. And plus I enjoy running outside than I do running on the treadmill. So most of the time, like, the run is the lift is coming first and then the run. But I don't like try to like think too much into it.
Kind of intuitive.
Like, oh my God.
I just think it depends on what your goal is, right?
Yeah.
Depending on what your goal is, then certain things might be a priority. For what you're doing currently, then I think it makes sense to do the lift first. But if your priority is like, I want to train for a half marathon, your run's going to be a lot more important than using that energy for lifting, right? So it's an ancillary workout for sure.
Yeah.
Look at you with all the fitness questions, Shay.
I know. Who is this girl?
I
know. I have more too. It's fun. It's fun talking about. I used to look at people who talked about fitness who did it, and I'd be like, they're faking it. Like, there's no way that they like this. Like, no way. They're just like posing. No way. And now as I get into it more, it's like, oh, okay, I get it a bit more. I get why people enjoy it, and it's fun.
It's like, it's truly my hobby. I feel like I spent so much of my time just wanting to lose weight that I really didn't think about anything else.
Yeah, that was the hobby forever.
Now that my mind is free of it, I'm like, okay, well, what do I actually like to do? And
yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah, I think that's such a big part of it, and especially because you've done it for so long and it's been a big part of your life, and now you're able to do it without pain. Right? You're able to focus on the actual experience. Because I remember running and biking and being like, all I'm thinking about is the pain I'm in and how I'm huffing and puffing. And now I remember the first bike ride I took after surgery where I had lost a lot of weight and it was comfortable to ride. I remember looking around and being like, I've ridden this route hundreds of times and I've never looked around, because all I was doing was head down, focusing, concentrating on my breathing and not dying. And this is the first time that I'm able to look around and be like, holy shit, this is really nice. Right. So I find that's an awesome part about it. Right. So what we're able to do.
Yeah. I have another question too, Janeé, like with, because you had your kiddos both before surgery, right? Is that what you said? Yeah. So now with this new like lifestyle change, like how do you talk with your kids about like what you're doing? And if they ask you, like, do they ask you any questions, or like how are you talking with them about the things that you're
That's
doing?
such a great question.
Mhm.
And I think I want to do more content showing that part.
Yeah.
Because my young one, she don't care about nothing. But my oldest, she's 14. And
Mhm.
so she watches what I'm doing, and I try to make sure that I'm not doing anything that would be toxic to her,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
totally.
that she would end up mimicking habits that would set her off on a weird journey with her own weight. But I also want her to understand the importance
Mhm.
of this stuff, because I'm like, when you think about growing up, a lot of us don't have education on
No.
why it's important to choose the right foods and why it's important to move your body. We
Or
only
what
start
to
caring
even
about
do.
Yeah.
Right. We only start
Yeah.
caring about this stuff until it's time to lose weight. Like,
Yeah.
that's when unless you're an athlete, you really don't start
Mhm.
caring about this stuff until it's time to lose weight. And so I try to talk to my daughter about the importance of, watching your sugar and
Yep.
eating your protein and having your fruits and vegetables. And one day she looked at a food label of something and she's like, "Oh my God, there's a lot of sugar in this." And I'm like,
You're
"Yeah,
like,
there
yeah.
is."
Uh-huh.
And then we're in a grocery store and we're looking at stuff, and she's like, she's like, "Oh, there's a lot of protein in this," or, "Oh, there's not enough protein in this." And I'm like, I
That's so
want you
I
to
love
cool.
like
it.
think about it like that, like not care about the calories, but think about
Yep.
all of the little, and
Yeah.
they like their fruits and vegetables and they like drinking water. So I'm like, instilling good habits into
Sure.
them. And yeah, that's all I can ask for.
Yeah, no, that's super fun. We don't have kids yet, but we're hopeful. And I just think about like, oh my gosh, I think that's going to be something I enjoy so much, is being able to
Mhm.
like educate and show from example, and just have it be like not such a dreaded thing, or like, or growing up like, oh, like you said, it's like when it's time to lose weight is when a lot of people start focusing, but then they're not always getting the right information. And so it's like just having food and exercise be fun, like, and being able to
Mhm.
teach that from a young age, like that's so cool.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's good to have context, like for kids to have context and
Yes.
understand the big picture of things. But I don't think everything needs to be like a precautionary tale. It could be
Mhm.
from the point of view of this is what healthy is in regards to lifestyle, in regards to
Mhm.
what you're eating. And it doesn't have to be like, don't do this because this will happen. But
Yep.
this is what we strive for because this
Mhm.
makes us healthy. This allows us to do this and be happy, and this.
Mhm.
And that's sort of, hopefully what we're trying to instill as well. So,
Mhm. I didn't ask you that question,
oh, I'm
Ron. I
sorry.
just
Sorry. Yeah. He's
asked
like,
Nick.
you're
No,
a
I'm just
horrible
kidding.
father. Like, you just kicked your
I
kid
don't
out
want
because he
your
wasn't 100
advice.
pounds. Screw that
No,
guy.
I see the way you do that with your kiddos too. And that's why I'm excited to be in person and hang out and like get to see it in action and grade you on it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just to
Just
hang out with
judge
you
you
guys.
silently.
I just really appreciate it, and I love seeing examples of that, or parents who do that in a way that I want to do it. It's like, oh, that's just so cool and exciting.
Mhm. And I also have real conversations with my
Yeah.
oldest. I'm like, "Look, you have your father's genes, but you also have half of your mother's genes. And
Mm-hmm.
your father is fit. He can eat whatever and it'd be fine, but that doesn't mean his internal health is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You see me eat healthy and you see me struggle with my weight." So I'm like, I want her, she's at that age where I don't
Mm-hmm.
have to talk to her like a child. And
Yep.
so it's just, I think it's a balance of all things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For
Definitely.
sure.
Just like everything in life, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think that's like one of the biggest things I've learned from bariatric surgery is it's balance, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not sort of like the extremes that we would always have to take or always want to take in regards to dieting. It's sort of how does this all work out towards balance, which is weird because it, you talked about like my 600-pound life before. That's what we knew. And it's such an
Mm-hmm.
extreme idea. And in our heads, like, oh, I'm doing something so extreme. But now after the fact, it's like, but my goal is balance, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's awesome to see it all come full circle in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to respect your time. It is 10 o'clock Eastern time here. So if you
We're
could,
still on Pacific
I
time,
know
so
you guys,
but
it's
but
like,
still.
it's bright. It's always bright on your,
I know. It's like you
Yeah.
see the sun is still out.
Right, the sun is
Right?
still, I'm sitting right in front of the window. I'm enjoying
Yep.
this.
Me
Uh-huh.
too. See, this is my son.
Yeah,
Big
there you
son.
go. Artificial.
Yeah. Do you have like, if you could talk to 3 years ago, what would you tell yourself?
Mm, 3 years ago, me. So that would be
Yes.
2022 when I was in the thick of it with my
When
health.
you're in the thick of it.
Is that I would tell myself, you're doing a good job because you never gave up on yourself.
Mm.
Like I
Yeah.
consistently still tried. Of course, some my behaviors still matched a life of an obese person,
Sure.
even though I still was moving my body and still dieting and stuff. Like I have to take ownership in that as well. But I would applaud myself for not giving up and and tell myself that it gets better. Like your life will change and it gets better, and all the work that you've done up to this point will finally like be right here for you. So
Mhm.
yeah.
That's awesome. I love how much compassion and love you show for your past self. I know that's something that in the community I see that people struggle with that. I mean, I think we all can in different ways, but I just love how kind and compassionate that is to your past self. That's very cool.
Yeah, I'm like I can't help what I didn't know, and I can't dwell on it either. And
Yes.
so I just, yeah.
Yeah, like sometimes you look at that picture and you're just, it's like, what was this person thinking? But oftentimes I look at that picture and to me it's sort of like, thank you. Like that person is the person who made that change, right?
Right. That
Mhm.
person got me here. She carried me to I'm this person
Mhm.
because of that person. And
Yeah.
so, yeah.
And just think about the courage. I look at pictures of me and I look at the unhappiness and how battered I was and how much in pain I was. And you made the decision to change your life. And I am the byproduct of that as a result.
Mhm.
And that is such an amazing thing, right? So
Mhm.
I
People
love the
ask
fact.
me all the time, like, how do you deal with talking about bariatric surgery and having this making this decision and being proud to talk about it? I'm like, I took the pride and the ego out of the decision because, like
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
said, when I first was presented with the idea, I'm like, no, and
Yep.
not
Yep.
because I didn't want to do it or something. It was because I'm like, no, I can do it naturally. Like,
Yep.
no,
Yeah.
no, that's ego talking, that's
Yeah.
Mhm.
pride talking, and I feel like
Mhm.
there's no pride or ego. It shouldn't be when it comes to your health, because at the end of
Yeah.
the
Hmm.
day, are you healthy or not? It really doesn't matter how you get there.
Mhm.
I mean, it can if you're doing it toxically, but this
Mhm.
is medical interventions we're talking about here.
Right.
But yeah.
It's awesome.
Janae, where can people find you? I know that there's lots of places where they can find you. If you can share them all.
Yes, so I mostly post on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. It's all at the same username, Janeé Lee Sanders. I post long form content on YouTube, and of course, like my short form content. I'm a yapper. I share my fitness. I share my recipes because I'm still a foodie at heart. People
Yep.
Nice.
think just because you have weight loss surgery doesn't mean that you enjoy food. I don't enjoy it in the ways that I did before, but I enjoy food still, so I share my macro friendly recipes and my runs and my fitness and my thoughts, and yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Awesome.
Well, thank you, Janae, for joining us tonight. I love your story. Everyone here loves your story. Erica's just like, oh, she's everywhere. She has, and thankfully to us, you are everywhere because you're a ray of
Yes.
light. Everything that you do is amazing for this community and showing up. So thank you so much for sharing your story with us tonight.
Yes, thanks for having me. This was so much fun.
Mhm.
Yay.
Yeah, and thank you guys all for joining us on another episode of the Waiting Table Podcast, where we're serving the weight loss community. Does that work?
Work. I don't know what to
Oh,
tell you. It's Murph.
because you don't have that sexy, wooden
I
pound
think
time,
so. That's why
girl.
we need Murph back. Murph, come back,
Yeah,
please. We miss you.
Yes, I was
yeah,
hoping to talk with Murph because
I
we
know.
share the same roles as far as what we do in the professional side. Like I think he's going through the EMT route, and I used to
yeah.
be an EMT. I work in emergency medicine, so.
We'll
But yes,
have you
next
back
time.
when he
We'll
is
have you
back.
back. You'll come
Yes.
again.
Come back anytime.
Yes. Have a good night, guys. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone. Thanks for having me.